Yes, ma'am.
Can you see it clearly? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we know that we had started with unit number 8. We did some speaking practice also based on the same. We learned to talk about neighborhood. Now here again we'll learn to talk about common complaints about neighbors that we have. Now you have few complaints which are given over here. You quickly have to tick mark the complaints that you have about your neighbors. जे complaints तुम्हाला आहेत
Ma'am,
जे
ma'am, we
complaints
can't see
तुम्हाला
the
आहेत.
screen.
Sorry,
We can't see the screen.
the screen is visible. Just check your network
No.
once. Check once, Sampada. Tejal, can you see the screen? Yeah, Sampada, just check from your side once.
इथे 2000 पर्यंत
No, we can't see the screen.
Maybe leave and rejoin once.
ब्लर दिसतंय का थोडं?
Network issue
काहीच
असेल
नाही
ना,
दिसत आहे.
तुमच्या
ना कमी करा 500 1000
Sampada, try to leave and rejoin once.
Okay, ma'am.
Let us wait for her for 1 minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay. As I said, we started with unit number 8 and we learned to talk about neighborhood. Here we will see how to talk about common complaints about neighbors that we have. Okay, so quickly tick mark the complaints that you have about your neighbors, the complaints that are given over here. From those, which complaints you have about your neighborhood. That's what you have to mark. Okay, try to do it quickly. Tell me once you are done. Done? Okay. Now tell me the complaints that you have tick marked.
Done.
Okay, tell me the complaints that you have tick marked.
आणि जास्त नाही झाला ते डायरेक्ट डोक्याला मारे
Which complaints
झाल्या
do you have
तर नाही
about your
केलं
neighbors?
घेतलं घेतलं लवकर
Tejal, you have a lot of background noise. Huh?
2 दिवस
दुसऱ्या रूम मध्ये बसा, त्या रूम मध्ये कोणीतरी असेल तर, नाही तर इयरफोन्स घाला. त्यांचा आवाज तुमच्याहून जास्त येतोय. Okay, Sampada, tell me the complaints that you have about your neighbors from the ones given over here. Which ones have you tick marked?
Ma'am, only one.
Tell me. What is that?
The noise.
Yeah, tell me, read it out.
My neighbor always listens to loud music.
Okay. Tejal,
My neighborhood's dog barks
neighbor's
all
dog.
night.
Neighborhood वेगळं असतं, neighbor वेगळं असतं.
Neighbor barks. Dogs barks all night.
Okay, my neighbor's dog barks all night. Okay. Neighbor is शेजारचा person and neighborhood is
Neighbor.
a place that we talk about. So these are two different words. Neighborhood is a place. Okay. म्हणजे आजूबाजूला काय आहे आपल्या आणि neighbor is a person. ठीक है? Any other complaints? No? Okay. Now what other complaints do you have about your neighbors? हे जे इथे दिलेले नाही आहेत. Other complaints.
Mine.
You can write it down and then tell me, not a problem.
किंजळण्याला काय म्हणतात?
Sorry?
किंजळणे, ओरडणे.
My neighbor always speaks loudly or shouts at me. Depend करतं कोणत्या context मध्ये बोलतोय.
My neighbors' kids always
Speak very loud.
loudly
Speak very loudly.
speak very loud.
Okay. Sampada, what about you?
Ma'am, I really don't have any complaint about my neighbors.
Really? You really have good neighbors, I feel so.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's great. Now, what do you
मॅम
do?
खरं तर माय नेबर नाही, आमच्या इथेच असतं सगळा गोंधळ पूर्ण बिल्डिंग मध्ये.
Okay. What do you do when you have complaints about your neighbors?
Try to talk to them.
Okay. Tejal, what about you?
Mm,
What do you do when you have complaints about your neighbors?
नाही.
Nothing? You don't report it to the society office, you don't report it to the secretary or the chairman, you don't
Mm,
report to the neighbors. Nothing?
mm,
You should. If you have complaints, of course. But as you guys said, you don't have much complaints. That's a good thing, I would say. Now, the place that I am staying currently, even I don't have many complaints with my neighbors. But when I was staying on rent before this, I had many issues. My neighbor always used to put his garbage, her garbage, not his actually, her garbage in the hall near my household, even in our dustbins. When we used to keep our dustbins outside, their shoes also used to be outside my door. Then I never had the issue about the neighbors visiting me every day, but I had this issue when I was staying in PG, that my neighbor, basically the other roommates, they used to, I had my separate room over there, I had my individual room. So my other roommates who were supposed to be PG mates over there, they used to come and uh, sit in my room for a very long period of time. At the start it was okay because I was staying in a PG during COVID period, so I had work from home most of the time. But when I started taking classes, then it became too much for me. So that is some issue that I faced, I would say. There are no other issues that I also faced as such, I would say. And my current neighbors, they are not there. Like the house is closed. So I don't have any issues with my neighbors currently. Okay, next over here we have a conversation. I want you guys to read the conversation as usual. Tejal, you will be Nick, and Sampada, you will be Pam. Okay, read the conversation loudly.
How do you like your new apartment?
Apartment, apartment.
Apartment.
Hmm.
I love it. It's downtown, so it's very convenient.
It is, it is. It's no ko bolo, it is.
It is
Hmm.
very convenient.
Downtown, is there much noise?
No, there is not any. Isn't any. I live on the fifth floor.
How many restaurants are there near your place?
A lot. In fact, there's an excellent Korean place just around the corner.
What about parking?
Well, there's are not many parking garage, but I usually find the place on street.
Is there much crime?
No, it's pretty safe. Hold on, that's my car alarm. I'll call you back later.
Okay, now of course you'll understand the last part better when we listen to the audio, because that's when you will understand why she's talking about the car alarm. But at the start, Nick asks her, basically Pam has shifted to a new place maybe, so Nick is asking her, how do you like your new apartment? Okay, she says, I love it, it is downtown. What do we mean by downtown?
In the city area.
In the city area where all the offices are located, and the opposite of it would be suburbs. Suburb is on the outskirts. Okay, so she says it is very convenient. So usually when we are staying in a downtown, we have a lot of noise, because of course it's a place where everyone is visiting, correct? So he asks, is there much noise? Now much is important for us and many is important for us, because that's what we are going to learn today, when to use much and when to use many. Okay, so he asks, how many restaurants are there near your place? She says, a lot. In fact, there is an excellent Korean place just around the corner. Now we know around the corner means Kopriyavarti, correct? What about parking? So she says, there aren't many parking garages, but I usually find a place on the street. Now you guys know already that parking on the street is not very safe, correct? Not in our country, not in any country. There are usually thefts, correct? There is usually crime. So he asks, is there much crime? So she says, no, it is pretty safe. And then her car alarm starts ringing. That means someone is trying to steal her car. Okay, so we'll listen to the audio over here. Just give me 1 second, I'll play the audio.
8. Conversation. It's pretty safe. Listen and practice.
How do you like your new apartment?
I love it. It's downtown, so it's very convenient.
Downtown? Is there much noise?
Oh no, there isn't any. I live on the 5th floor.
How many restaurants are there near your place?
A lot. In fact, there's an excellent Korean place just around the corner.
What about parking?
Well, there aren't many parking garages, but I usually find a place on the street.
Is there much crime?
No, it's pretty safe. Hold on. That's my car alarm. I'll call you back later.
Okay, understood. So someone is trying to steal her car. That's why she says, I'll call you back later. Now, as I said, here we'll be mainly learning about how to use our much and many. Okay, what is the difference between much and many, and how it differs, and how to make the questions also for same when you talk about quantity. Now if you remember, we had looked at quantifiers before also. Now we'll see how to make questions for them in particular, and what is the main difference. Now you might remember in unit number 1 and 2 we had looked at nouns. What are nouns? Correct? Nouns are the words which we use to talk about names of people, places or things. Correct? Now when we talk about nouns, there are two rules attached to it. Now we have to remember. Okay? There are two types of noun mainly. One is countable noun and the second one is uncountable noun. What do we mean by countable noun? Countable nouns are simply the things that we can count. Okay? For example, if I ask you, how many mobiles do you have? What will be your answer? How many mobile phones do you have? Sampada, you are on mute.
I have one mobile phone.
Very good. Tejal,
I have one mobile.
you don't have any mobile with you? You have one, right? You're attending the class from it. Yeah, so you will say I have one mobile phone. Correct? So you can tell me, okay, I have one mobile, I have two laptops, I have three books. Correct? So you can tell me in quantity, you can tell me in number. Right? That's what countable nouns are. But uncountable nouns are the nouns which we cannot count. For example, if I ask you, how many sugar do you have? Can you count and tell me? No, you can tell me the quantity, right? You can say I have 1 kg sugar in the house, I have 2 kg sugar in the house. Same way, if I ask you how much oil do you have, can you tell me in number? No, you can tell me the quantity. Correct? So these are uncountable nouns, the things basically that we cannot count. Okay, it might be very tedious to count. So examples like substances which we have, milk, oil, water, all these are uncountable nouns. Same way, sugar, gold, all these are uncountable. Same way we can say honesty, happiness. Can we count them? No. Correct? So abstract nouns के कैटेगरी में भी आते हैं ये, and uncountable nouns के कैटेगरी में भी आते हैं. Now there are two things that we need to remember with uncountable nouns. Two rules that we need to remember with uncountable nouns. First rule is we cannot make them into plural. जैसे कि हम हमारे जो countable nouns है, we can say okay, I have one book, I have two books, I have three books. Correct? Same way, I cannot talk about uncountable nouns. I cannot say I have two oils. I can say I have 2 packets of oil, but I cannot say I have 2 oils. Oil ये word plural नहीं होगा. जो उसके साथ में हम word use कर रहे हैं वो हम plural कर सकते हैं. ठीक है? Along with that, we cannot use articles with them. Articles क्या रहते हैं? And जो हम use करते हैं ना. So when I'm saying in singular, I will say I have a book, I have an apple. Correct? But I cannot say I have a sugar. I cannot say I have an oil. ठीक है, that will be incorrect. We can only use a and an with countable nouns in singular. Singular countable nouns के साथ में हम articles use करते हैं a and an. That's what we need to remember. Now the words many and much. We use the word much when we are talking about uncountable nouns. We use the word many when we are talking about countable nouns. So I can ask you how many books you have, or how many restaurants are in your neighborhood. But if I'm talking about uncountable noun, I will say how much crime is there. Okay, how much sugar do you have? ठीक है, that is the main difference. Now along with that we can use our quantifiers also, जो कि हमने पहले भी देखे थे. Correct? A lot, a few, many, any, none. Now with the uncountables we will use a little and much. ठीक है? With countable nouns we will use a few. म्हणजे काय? थोडेसे. Okay? Then we will use many. जास्त quantity सांगायला. A lot and none can be used with both. A lot म्हणजे of course खूप, आणि none म्हणजे एकही नाही. तर no one नाही म्हणत आपण, usually none म्हणतो. ठीक है? Have you understood the rule? Any confusion? So let us look at the examples. If I ask you, are there many restaurants around your place? You will say, yes, there are a lot. म्हणजे हो खूप सारे आहेत. Yes, there are a few. म्हणजे थोडेसे आहेत. No, there aren't many. And no, there aren't any. दोन्ही पण answers doable आहेत. आणि no, there are none. जास्त नाहीये. पहिल्या दोन ऑप्शन मध्ये आपण म्हणतोय, आणि लास्ट मध्ये म्हणतोय की एक पण नाहीये. ठीक है? Is there much crime? You will say yes, there is a lot. Yes, there is a little. No, there isn't much. No, there isn't any. And no, there is none. There is none म्हणजे बिल्कुल पण नाहीये crime. ठीक है? Same way, I can ask you open-ended question also. How many restaurants are there? Then you will tell me the number. There are around 10, 12 restaurants in my neighborhood. How much crime is there? There is a lot of street crime. That is how you will answer. Understood? So traffic uncountable आहे, pollution uncountable आहे. ठीक है? Okay, very good. Write down the rules quickly. आर्टिकलचं रूल पण लिहा, इथे लिहिलेलं नाही आहे. ॲड करा ते काउंटेबलच्या पुढे की सिंग्युलर काउंटेबल नाऊन जर असेल तर आपण आर्टिकल्स अ आणि ॲन यूज करतो. ठीक आहे.
Then Done. Then, ma'am.
ओके. नेक्स्ट.
Done.
Okay, now you have to do the exercise over here. Now, same way the questions have been asked, the way we had them in the examples. Same way you have to answer the questions, but you have to answer the questions. You can hear me clearly, right? Same way you have to answer the questions about your neighborhood. The way we looked at it in the examples. Okay. For example, is there much parking? You will say no, there is not much, if there isn't any, or you will say no, there is none, or there is a lot of parking. That's how you will. Yes, there is a lot of parking. That's how you will say. Now observe if they are yes and no questions and do them accordingly. Once you are done with exercise A, you will try to do exercise B, and exercise B के लिए you also have to make questions. Okay, the same way they are given above, but you will have to analyze whether they are countable noun or uncountable noun and make the questions accordingly. If there is any confusion, ask me, not a problem, but once you are done with the exercise, you have to ask each other the same questions. Okay, clear? Very good.
Done, ma'am.
Done with exercise A and B both?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tejal, finish first. Let Tejal finish and then we'll discuss. I'll be back. Give me 1 minute, okay?
Done.
Tejal, are you done? Tejal?
Yes.
Okay. Sampada asked first 4 questions and Tejal you have to answer. Okay?
Is there much parking?
There is a lot of parking.
Yes, there is a lot of parking. Yes, Yelna.
Yes.
Yes and no
Yes.
question, hai na?
Huh. Yes.
1 minute.
Yes, Sampada, please continue.
Uh, are there many apartment buildings?
Yes, there are two apartment buildings.
How
Yes,
much
there are a
traffic is
few.
there?
You can, instead of two, you can say yes, there are a few.
Yes, there are
A few.
few.
Great.
How much traffic is there?
Yes, there are lot of traffic.
It's an open-ended question. Yes and no question nahi hai te. Need baga.
How much? There are lot of traffic.
There is a lot of parking. Parking is singular or plural. And again, it's uncountable. So singular में तो तीन होगी, plural में तो नहीं होगी.
How many dance clubs are there?
There are three dance clubs.
Okay. Now, Tejal, you ask the question. Sampada answers.
Is there much noise?
Yes, there is a lot of noise.
Mhm.
Are there many payphones?
Yes, there is a lot space phone.
There is a lot. There are a lot of payphones. There is
There
a
are a
lot
lot.
of payphones. Payphones and
Is
plural.
there much pollution?
S नहीं है. S दिसतोय का कुठं?
Pollution. Pollution.
Yes, there is a lot of pollution.
Yes, there is a lot of pollution.
How many swimming pools are there?
S दिसतोय का इथं?
Yes,
हाँ.
swimming pools are there.
No, no, there isn't any
No.
swimming pool.
There aren't any swimming pools. No ची गरज नाही आहे because
There are.
open-ended question है ना. Now, Sampada, I'll ask you the questions. You have to answer the first 4. Are there a lot of cafes in your neighborhood?
No, there are not many.
Okay. there much crime in your neighborhood?
No, there
No,
there is not much crime.
Very good. Tejal, I'll ask you the next questions now. How many parks are around in your neighborhood? How many parks are there in your neighborhood?
Yes, there are.
Yes and no question है,
Two,
open-ended question है माझा.
how नाही विचारलं? There are two parks.
There are 2 parks in your neighborhood. And is there a lot of pollution in your neighborhood, in your area?
Pollution. There are a lot of pollution.
There is pollution is uncountable. There is a lot of pollution.
There is a lot of.
Sampada, which modes of public transportation do you have at your place?
Mm. There is a public transportation.
Which modes
Yes,
विचारलं ना मी?
yes.
पब्लिक ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन आहे ते माहिती आहे कोणते आहेत ते विचारलं मी.
And there is, what do you call bus transportation?
Bus transportation.
Yes, bus transportation.
Okay, only bus transportation.
Yeah, there's, yes,
Okay. Are there many schools in your neighborhood?
yes, there are many.
Okay. Sampada, are there many traffic lights in your neighborhood?
Yes, there are many traffic lights
Very
in
good.
my neighborhood.
Now ह्याचे जे तुम्ही क्वेश्चन्स अँड आन्सर्स बनवलेत ते मला तुम्ही पाठवून द्यायचे, ठीक आहे, व्हॉट्सॲपवरती ॲज युजल. नाव along with that, for your homework you will also try to make an ad where you are asking for a roommate. Okay, you want a roommate for yourself, so you're making an advertisement for the same. Now you guys know many people post on the Facebook also in the same way, in the WhatsApp groups also same way, so it's good to have some practice of writing an ad. Okay, so just for fun do this exercise, it's not necessary but try to do it. Okay, then you will finish the reading exercise which is in unit number 8 and we are done with the unit number 8 in the class. ठीक है, जे 2 एक्सरसाइजेस उरले ते तुम्हाला होमवर्कमध्ये संपवायचे आहेत. अलॉंग विथ दी ऑल दी अदर एक्सरसाइजेस मी काही ग्रुपमध्ये पण एक्सरसाइजेस शेअर केलेत, त्याच्यामधले कोणते वोकॅबलरी एक्सरसाइजेस तुम्ही संपवलेत आणि कोणते रिमेनिंग आहेत ते चेक करा आणि फिनिश इट. आणि युनिट नंबर 9साठी जी वोकॅबलरी शेअर केली आहे ती पण थोडी एकदा गो थ्रू करा बिफोर वी स्टार्ट विथ युनिट नंबर 9. Unit number 9 is very very easy, but again we are going to talk about appearances in that, so you need to know what are the words that we use to talk about appearances. Okay, so make sure you go through the vocabulary list that I have shared with you and revise everything. You will soon have a test on unit 1 to unit 5 to 8. Okay, as we are done with unit 5 to 8, make sure you revise everything accordingly. And if you have any doubts, let me know in the class tomorrow. ठीक है, रिवाइज करताना काही डाउट्स आलेत तर मला सांगा. काही डाउट्स आहेत का, काही कन्फ्युजन आहे का?
Ma'am, how much open-ended question आणि yes or no question आपण दोन्ही पण विचारू शकतो का?
हाँ, is there a lot of parking in your neighborhood or how much parking is there in your neighborhood? Usually आहे का नाही आपण विचारतो. How much आणि how many हे नाही विचारत आपण, एक्झॅक्ट आकडा कधी नाही विचारत. Are there a lot of parks in your neighborhood असं पण आपण विचारतो, आहेत का म्हणून विचारतो आपण usually, but we can ask yes and no questions also of course. ठीक है, any other questions? रिवाइज इट. ठीक आहे, परत काही एक्सरसाइज जे आपण क्लासमध्ये केले होते परत करायचं बिकॉज दिस इज अ व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट चॅप्टर. ठीक आहे, आपण नेबरहूडबद्दल नेबर्सशी आपल्या फॅमिली मेंबर्सशी बोलतो बरोबर, सो यू शुड नो हाऊ टू स्पीक अबाउट इट. अंडरस्टूड? चलो, वी स्टॉप ओवर हियर, देन वील कंटिन्यू टुमारो. या, चलो, बाय बाय, सी यू, हैव अ ग्रेट डे.
Same to you.
Bye.